Hi guys, I'm Nic Hyl. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you about ways to move social change along that don't involve protesting. As a black woman, I am very much interested, concerned, and affected by the events that we've been seeing in the news as of lately. But let's be real, racism is a problem that's been going on in this country since the start of this country. And there are many different ways that people can protest. And I find that the way that works for one person might not work for another. So today I'm going to share some of the ways that I have personally done and others that I have heard of that not only help move social change forward, but also help to drive racism out. One of the most impactful ways to use your voice to move along social change is to actually not use your voice at all, but instead to write. I really enjoy this method. I write my governor, I write my senators, I write my congresswomen, I write my city council people. You elect these people. These people are elected officials that work for us, their constituents. One of the most impactful things that you can do is write to them when you're not happy with something that you're seeing done in your community. And knowing which level of person to write for the problem is also helpful as it relates to racism, ending police brutality, and moving social change along for the lives of black and brown people. I write them all. I figure eventually if I keep writing, someone will answer me and someone will have to be held accountable at a higher political level for the injustices that black and brown people continue to face in America today. Another great way to help social change without protesting is to educate yourself. When you understand racism, the history of racism, how it got started, and how it's been injected in our American society for over 400 years, you then begin to see the context with which people of color are asking for help in American society today. Education helps to cure ignorance, which is a major symptom of racism. I highly suggest that if you're not familiar with racism, with the history of racism, and with the history of oppression with black and brown people in the United States and the world at large, check out some books. The library has resources. Public library isn't open right now because of coronavirus. There's tons of information on Google. Just take a look and do some reading and do some research for yourself. Don't feel like you have to submit to the information that's being given to you by Facebook, by your friends, and by people who might not be educated to speak on the problem. While I myself am no expert on racism, I do experience racism, and to some degree that kind of does make me a bit of an expert. I know what it feels like to have someone judge you because of the color of your skin, and trust me when I say it is not fun. It feels belittling, it feels insulting, it's hurtful, you feel angry, it's embarrassing depending on the scenario with which it happens, and it exists in America. Every black person or brown person that I know has an experience with racism, and it's unfortunate that I don't have a better statistic to share with that. I'm literally saying not one person that I know that is black or brown has not experienced racism. That's a problem. Educate yourself to help extinguish it so that people can live more equitable lives in American society. Another great way to help with social change without protesting is using your voice. When you see acts of injustice, inequality, racism, brutality, speak up against it. Say something. This is one of the hardest things to do, is to go against everybody that you see in the space around you and to speak up when you know that something wrong is being done. If you are in a position to be able to film something that is being done or harmful to someone, film it, post it, let it go viral. When more people speak up and out against harmful brutality that can lead to the end of someone's life, the more chance we have of extinguishing that behavior. Don't be afraid to speak up against what you know is wrong. You could actually save someone's life. Another great way that you can help with social change without protesting is to share your ecosystem, share your network, bring a person of color to a seat at your table, and involve them in higher level functions within your companies if you are in a position to hire qualified candidates. One of the large reasons for systemic racism is oftentimes people of color don't have a seat at the table. They're not involved with the decisions that impact their lives, and that's a problem. You'd see less and less types of organizational systemic racism if people of color were involved at the levels with which change needs to happen. Use your platform, use your voice, and share your space and allow people of color within that space so that true change can actually happen. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Nic Hyl. I hope this video was helpful in starting the conversation about racism and then offering some ways that you yourself can help make a change without necessarily protesting on the front lines. If you are protesting, remember to do it peacefully, and if you see people in your protest that are causing property damage, destruction, looting, and causing harm to people, report them. They might not be a part of your group, and they might be there intentionally to do damage to the good work that you're actually trying to put out there. If you liked this webisode, feel free to comment, subscribe, like, and share. If you have any questions for me about racism, go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I'd love to have the opportunity to talk to you. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my brand is at Nic Hyl Clothing, and if you want to follow me personally on Instagram, I'm at Nic Hyl. And once more, don't forget, guys, now more than ever, live beautifully! Bye.